All right, let's dive into a topic that gets dog lovers riled up and brings out the passionate opinions of pet owners everywhere. Are Chihuahuas the angriest breed of dog out there? Now, before you grab your pitchforks or start typing that fiery comment, let's break this down in a fun and informative way. First off, let's talk about the stereotype. Chihuahuas are often seen as little dogs with big attitudes, right? You've got those tiny, feisty creatures strutting around like they own the place, barking at anything that moves, and generally acting like they're the king or queen of the world. It's almost like they think they're the biggest dogs in the park, even when they're just a pint-sized bundle of fur. But here's the kicker. Is that anger, or is it something else entirely? When we think of anger, we often picture a dog that's growling, snapping, or showing its teeth. But Chihuahuas, with their high-pitched barks and seemingly endless energy, can sometimes come off as more aggressive than they really are. I mean, let's face it, they're small. And in the animal kingdom, size matters. So what do? They compensate. They puff themselves up, act tough, and bark like they're guarding Fort Knox. But often, it's just a cover for their insecurities. Now, let's dive into some science. Studies have shown that smaller breeds, including Chihuahuas, can exhibit more aggressive behaviors than larger breeds. But before we label them as the angriest, we need to consider the context. These behaviors often stem from fear or anxiety. Chihuahuas, being so small, can feel threatened more easily. They might see a larger dog and think, "Oh no, I'm about to be a snack." Dingies the ice. So they bark and growl to assert themselves. It's a defense mechanism, not necessarily a sign of anger. And let's not forget about the role of the owner. Chihuahuas are notorious for being spoiled. I mean, who can resist those big eyes and tiny paws? It's easy to treat them like little babies, and sometimes that leads to what we call small dog syndrome. This is where owners inadvertently encourage aggressive behavior because they think it's cute. You know the type. The dog that barks at strangers while being cradled in its owner's arms. It's adorable until it's not. But let's get real for a second. Anger isn't the only emotion these little furballs can express. Chihuahuas can be incredibly loving, loyal, and affectionate. They form strong bonds with their owners and can be the sweetest companions. You'll find that many Chihuahuas are lapdogs, always wanting to snuggle up and be close to their humans. So, can we really label them as the angriest breed when they have such a loving side? Now, I can hear you asking, but what about the biting? It's true that Chihuahuas can have a reputation for nipping, especially if they feel threatened. But here's the thing. Any dog can bite. It's not exclusive to Chihuahuas. It all comes down to how they're raised, trained, and socialized. If a Chihuahua is exposed to various situations and people from a young age, they're less likely to feel threatened and more likely to be well-adjusted. Another point to consider is their temperament. Chihuahuas are known for being bold and confident, which can sometimes be mistaken for anger. They are curious little creatures, always wanting to explore their surroundings. This curiosity can lead to some feisty behavior, especially if they feel their territory is being invaded. But again, it's more about their protective nature than pure anger. Let's not ignore the fact that Chihuahuas have a unique personality that varies from dog to dog. Some are calm and gentle, while others are more hyper and spirited. You might have a Chihuahua that's as sweet as pie, curling up next to you on the couch, and then another that's ready to take on the world. It's all about the individual dog and their upbringing. So, if you're thinking about getting a Chihuahua, or if you already have one, remember that training and socialization are key. Teaching them basic commands, exposing them to different environments, and providing plenty of positive reinforcement can help mitigate any aggressive tendencies. It's all about setting them up for success and helping them feel secure in their little doggy world. Now, let's talk about the love. Chihuahuas can be some of the most affectionate dogs you'll ever meet. They thrive on attention and companionship. They might be small, but they have big hearts. You'll find them following you around the house, wanting to be part of everything you do. They'll cuddle up in your lap, warm your feet, and give you those adorable little kisses that make your heart melt. In conclusion, are Chihuahuas the angriest breed of dog out there? The answer is a resounding no. They're not inherently angry, they're just misunderstood. Their behaviors are often rooted in fear, anxiety, or the need to assert themselves in a world that can be intimidating when you're only a foot tall. With the right training, socialization, and love, Chihuahuas can be some of the most delightful companions you could ever ask for. So, the next time you see a little Chihuahua barking its heart out, remember, it's not anger. It's just a tiny dog trying to make a big statement.